What's up, guys? We are live, View from the Moon, episode 11. We're here with Josh from Pam Macy. How's it going, buddy?
It's going great yourself.
Oh, I'm all right. I just had a big bowl of ramen noodles. Feeling pretty
Excellent.
good.
All right. I did a liquid lunch today.
Liquid lunch, nice. You working currently? You had the day
Oh,
off.
oh yeah. Well, working always.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So before we go into a little bit about yourself, why don't you tell me about the other guys in your band? Tell me about how you guys came together, what you're all about.
Yeah, no problem. So my bassist actually, we went to elementary school and high school together in the townships, and he taught me how to play guitar when we were like 12, 13. And then we went separate ways, didn't talk for years. I joined a band off Kijiji, was having a good time. We needed a bassist, so I reached out to him after like 8 years of no contact. He joined that band with us. Anyway, that band fell apart, but the drummer from that band, me, and the bassist decided to start our own thing. And the drummer, so yeah, he was part of that Kijiji band that I found.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick. So where did the name Pam Macy come into play? I love that band name, by the way. I think
Yeah.
everybody is so familiar with that 70s show reference.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm very happy with that name when it finally struck me. I always knew that I wanted my band to be a girl's name, and I kind of had the idea of maybe just making up a name. And I just watching that 70s show one day, I was like, man, Pam Macy, that's it. That is the greatest band name.
So it just hit you like that. You knew that was the name, or did you guys have like a list of things that you
Uh,
went through and
well, there was a list. We kind of like went back and forth on different things. And when I showed up with Pam Macy, I kind of said, this is non negotiable.
yeah, that's one of the hardest things is like especially when you're in a bigger group. Like you guys are three, so it's not so
Yeah.
bad. Same with me. I'm in a group of three. It wasn't so bad. Do you remember some of the ones that you didn't pick? Some of like the bad ones that were just like no way.
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, one that was pretty bad that we rolled with at first was Rainbow Crashers.
Okay.
And like, I wanted it to be Sending Rainbows because in our like Facebook group chat, you can set the thumbs up to whatever you want. We had it set to a rainbow. So we would always send each other rainbows. I thought Sending Rainbows would be a good name.
Ah,
And I don't even know if we had anything else. Rainbow Crashers, Sending Rainbows, and Pam Macy.
you chose the good one.
Yeah, I agree.
How would you describe your band's sound? I know your Bandcamp and Facebook says alt rock, but that's such a wide spectrum.
Yeah, it's the easiest way to go about it, right? If you have to call it something. It's alt rock. I mean, I don't even know if it's grungy. To me, it's like grungy, but then I have people tell me that it's like a punk kind of feeling.
Yeah, I really get the punk feeling out of it. I also get the grungy vibe. It has that 90s sound.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and I was like listening religiously the other day just for research, obviously, because I was going
yeah,
to be interviewing you. And I got a real Offspring vibe from you
yeah,
guys.
yeah, definitely. And that is like so unaware. We had no idea that that would come in that way. And now when we're mixing for reference tracks, I often suggest using an off-string track.
Oh, really? It was
Yeah,
so subtle, but it was just
yeah.
something in each song. I was like, man, I don't know if it's the bass, if it's the way this drummer plays, but there's something about this that sounds so Offspring, yet the music doesn't sound anything like
No,
Offspring.
no, not at all. But I know what you're saying. I have felt that exact vibe.
How did you get into music? Like originally when you were a kid? Like when did music come into your life?
Like before I can remember, music was the most important thing in my house. You don't go home without the radio playing. Like there's never a time when it's not playing.
And who were some of your biggest influences when you were younger?
Like personally or
Bands.
musically.
Well, it could be, yeah, personal influences as well, but yeah, mainly bands.
Yeah, I mean the most obvious things, right? Like I think it goes without saying that I'm a huge Nirvana fan. That definitely shaped me in a big way. The Blue Album, Weezer. I think that shines through in our music a lot too.
I think we have a lot of common tastes.
Yeah, probably.
So you
So
grew
like,
up on the whole grunge era, I'm assuming.
yeah, Smashing Pumpkins and Nirvana and Weezer. kind of like what influences me the most, and I think our music shows that.
Are you into Pearl Jam at all?
I am not at all.
So you're a Soundgarden fan?
Not even.
Not even really. It's
Not
I've
really.
always find it's one or the other with a lot of people.
Yeah, hey, no, I'm a like Nirvana diehard,
Yeah,
but
same
the
here.
other,
I got the tattoo. That was the first tattoo I ever got.
yeah, there you go. So, would you agree with me that In Utero was their best effort?
Um, yes and no. It definitely beats Nevermind, but I'm a
The
Bleach
Bleach guy.
fan.
All right.
Yeah, Bleach, and then like years later when they started coming out with a lot of the unreleased stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'd already heard most of that stuff anyways, just from like LimeWire, Kazaa days.
Yeah. Well, like being, I'm assuming we're close to the same age, but like when they put out "You Know You're Right," that was like game changer for me. That was like, what?
Yeah,
What is this?
for sure. So would you say that Kurt Cobain is like your guitar hero?
Uh, Probably not actually. Surprisingly, my guitar hero would be Jack White because I initially started like the White Stripes was my introduction to rock and roll on a personal level, like not what my parents listened to.
Yeah,
But
he's a wicked guitarist.
man, when Fell in Love with a Girl came out, I was only listening to rap music and I was watching like Much Music Video Awards or something, waiting for Eminem to perform. And the White Stripes come out and play Fell in Love with a Girl, and I just lost my mind.
Yeah, they're wicked. I've always wanted to find an airline guitar
Oh yeah, I've
like
looked.
that.
I've actually made one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can buy like the Rezo glass body, like the two-piece plastic body.
How
And I
much did that run you?
once I had everything made and it like actually worked, it was probably close to $900, but got like an airline neck.
So about the same price as if you were to buy an airline.
Not these days, not a
Yeah,
real
it's
one
true.
anyway.
It's true. Yeah.
The Eastwood reissued one that's like around that price, but for a real like Rezo glass airline, you're I think they're up to like 3 or 4 grand now.
Yeah, that's insane. Those reverb prices are just ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
Anything that isn't made anymore, they just jack up that price.
yeah, fair
It's
enough.
insane. Speaking of White Stripes, what's your favorite album?
White Stripes. Oh, that's so hard to say. That's like, ooh, yeah, that's real hard to say. And I'm probably the unpopular opinion where I think Get Behind Me Satan really killed it. Like I love the first three, you know, like Distill and White Blood Cells and the first one self-titled have a certain thing and I group those three together. But as musicians, I think he really killed it on Get Behind Me Satan.
Yeah, what do you think about his solo stuff?
I liked the first album a lot. Blunderbuss was great. Lazaretto was like 70% as good, and the latest Boarding House Reach, I listened to it once.
Okay, I haven't heard that one yet, but I really, really liked Lazaretto.
Hmm. Did you like Blunderbuss?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but just Lazaretto kills it for me.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Cool. Yeah, I'm into it, but I'd take Blunderbuss first. And do
And
yourself a favor, don't check out Boarding House Reach.
okay, well now I gotta just because I'm
Yeah.
curious. Have you ever seen the Lazaretto vinyl?
Oh yeah, yeah.
How it
It
has
plays
the
reverse.
hologram?
Yeah, and don't you have to start it on the inside?
Oh, I've never actually like owned it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like it's you have to start on the inside out.
Okay, I just thought it was really cool how it creates this like a holographic image of like an
Yeah.
angel that kind of like spins above the record as the
Oh yeah,
record
wicked.
turns.
It's
I
wicked.
don't understand how they did that, but I think that's the coolest thing anyone's ever done on a record.
Yeah, probably.
If you could put together like your dream supergroup, who would be in it?
A dream supergroup. I mean, I might go out of my wheelhouse here, like not necessarily my genre of music, but just what I think might be the best. First off, Van Morrison's got to sing because I think that's just the greatest voice ever. And then Paul McCartney, but I don't know if I want him on bass or guitar or piano or what. Drummer, probably Keith Moon. Yeah, yeah, pretty like what you expect, you know. Maybe John Paul Jones on bass, so then you can let Paul play guitar.
just solid classic 70s
Yeah,
lineup here.
definitely. I mean, if we're talking a super group, that's what I think. Because
Where
in
would you
like,
come into play there?
oh, I definitely would not.
You just, I'll be the manager for that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I'll watch.
Oh man, do you remember? Well, I'm sure you remember. What was the first guitar you ever played on? Like the first guitar that you had that you acquired, and how did you acquire it?
Yeah, my 13th birthday, I begged and pleaded for my parents to buy me a guitar, and it was this $200 Max Tone Strat copy with like a little 8-inch speaker on it, like, you know, horrible amp, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had pretty much the exact same experience. Mine was a black Strat copy. I think it was Jay Tercer.
Oh yeah.
Came with same crappy little amp, and I had always played on my dad's acoustic before that, just messing around on it. So I got the electric, and I remember plugging it into the amp and just like being like, "Hey, this isn't what I expected." Not realizing, like I was like 12 years old, not
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
realizing that there's an overdrive button, and
Oh
that's
yeah,
the
there
sound
is.
I was expecting to hear, right?
Yep.
So I played on this thing for like a good week before even realizing. And then one day I just hit that button and I was like, oh my God, this is it.
There it is.
This is what I was looking
There
for.
it is. Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't even play acoustic before that. I started on electric and then got an acoustic like a year later and didn't pick up the electric till I was like in my mid 20s. I just only played acoustic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you still have that first guitar, by the way?
No, funny thing actually, I traded it with a friend of mine. He had like this old Harmony from the 60s that was pretty cool.
Nice.
So, yeah, so I traded that and I do believe he still has my guitar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I still have mine, but it's in pieces. I took it apart. I wanted to like sand it down and do like a custom paint job on it and stuff.
Yep.
That was probably like 15 years ago, and it's still just in pieces.
Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of pieces lying around.
Yeah.
Casualties of war.
You
Actually,
mentioned,
he did repaint that guitar. He
yeah.
took the black off and painted it blue, which kind of killed a piece of me.
Ah, some of those guitars are actually really good if you just clean them up, like
Yeah,
sand
definitely.
sand down the frets and just
Yep.
change the pickups.
Yeah, definitely.
You said you got a harmony guitar. Was it one of those like wicked offset bodies?
Oh yeah. With
All those
one,
old Sears guitars, man. Like I find they're like the coolest guitars.
yeah, yeah, super cool. One pickup with the zero nut too on the neck,
Nice.
the zero fret.
And what are
But
you
it
playing? Are you still playing the harmony now, or you've
no, not at all.
upgraded
Well, upgraded. I'm playing Squires mostly.
Squires? Okay.
Yeah,
I
such a good
noticed.
bang for your buck.
I think you play on a Jaguar, eh?
Yeah, Jag and a Jazzmaster. I play the Jazzmaster more, but I'm trying to get away with that. I'm saving up my pennies for a HSS Strat.
Nice. I don't even really know what the difference is between a Jaguar and a Jazzmaster. I
Oh
like
yeah,
Are they not identical? I thought a Jazzmaster was just the American standard.
no, not at all. They're different guitars, like different pickups and different scale length. The Jaguar is like a
Uh
short scale.
okay.
The Jazzmaster is the same as a Strat.
Okay, okay. I really want to get a Jaguar one day.
Oh yeah, they're wicked.
Yeah, I just love the shape. I love any offset guitar body shape. Like I play on a Mustang.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see the one behind me. I've got the
that's that Meteor.
Meteora.
Yeah,
I love that thing. It's got a
yeah,
broken string on it right now though, so
yeah. I mean, I'm into it, but it's it's a little too popular now that it takes away from it.
yeah, I have
It's so
noticed that.
expected for bands like us to be playing those offset guitars that that's why I want to go back to the Strat.
Yeah, I've got another one that you can see behind me there. It's just a pink Squire, and I friggin' love that thing. It's
Hell
got
yeah.
the maple fretboard.
Yep.
Definitely next guitar I buy, I'm going with the maple again. It
Really,
just
eh?
feels so smooth.
Yeah, it does. I'm a Rosewood guy for sure.
I always was too until I got that Squire, and I was just like, holy shit! And I picked that up for like 45 bucks.
Oh, nice. I
Yeah.
have a Strat with a maple neck, and she hardly gets any attention.
Aw,
Yeah.
that one's a Squire as well.
No, that's a Fender.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You have a pretty distinct and awesomely satisfying tone. Um, I would love to know, like, what other gear you use. What's on your board? What's your backline?
Uh, Basically, I'm using two drive pedals and an EQ pedal.
Okay. And what
Yeah.
do you run it out of?
Uh, think for the earlier stuff would have been a twin reverb, and now I'm on a JCM 900 combo, which
Nice.
yeah, which was hard at first because I was really a Fender guy. And while my twin was getting repaired, I got a Marshall just to see what it was about, and I'm convinced.
Um, I'm guessing one of your drives is a blues driver.
Yeah,
I know that sound.
yeah, yeah. With
But what are
with
you
the gain
stacking it
almost
with?
zeroed out.
Yeah, it's like a perfect boost.
Yeah, exactly. Stacked on a EHX crayon.
Oh, okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, yeah, they're pretty cool and
I've
super
heard good
affordable.
things. I've never tried one yet though.
Yeah, I'm satisfied. I mean, I'm still always looking for a third, but I think the EQ pedal does a lot too. It's a MXR 10 band EQ,
Okay.
and it definitely like if I turn that thing off, it's not there.
Yeah, I'm waiting on an EQ pedal right now. I have one being custom made actually.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I have a few pedals being custom made. We're getting our own signature chorus pedal soon. I can't wait for that.
That's wicked. I tried a chorus pedal for a bit. I love the sound, but it's so noisy.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
people don't like it. I'm in some like pedal board groups online, and it's apparent it's like the least liked pedal ever. Everyone hates chorus, and I don't get it. I love it.
yeah, I love the chorus sound. I just couldn't take the noise.
What do you mean by noise though? Like,
Like just when you're not playing,
okay,
you can hear your speakers living their life.
oh, I never noticed that.
No, I mean I did is a small clone or maybe a nano clone, the smallest one that EHX makes, and I had to get rid of it.
Ah. You guys played your first show. I believe it was your first show at one of my favorite venues of all time. That was at Turbo House.
Yeah, that would have been the second show. We
The
actually played
second show. Okay.
Barfly like a year before that or something.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, it was awesome, and we opened for Bike Thieves, who are incredible.
That's it. How'd that show go?
It went well. It was a lot of fun. I mean, wasn't very many people there. It was a Sunday night.
That's the best thing about Turbo House, though, is it's like the size of the place. It doesn't matter how many people show
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
It's always a full house.
yeah. No, it was a lot of fun for sure.
Did you ever have any bad show stories that you could tell us? It doesn't even have to be this band necessarily. I just love hearing people's experiences on stage when things go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, not really. I haven't done that much live stuff. Our actual first one when we were a four piece as Rainbow Crashers was at some bar in Granby, some guy's birthday party or something. And like usually no one cares, but this was like no one cared. It is like funny,
Okay,
but we were okay with it. But yeah, even in the other bands, the shows we played, that I was really satisfied with them.
nice. Did you ever play to nobody?
No,
No, you're lucky. I think that's like every band has that story, where you play to absolutely no one.
yeah, it could be, but I've only played live like maybe 10 times.
Oh man, I got lost in my questions here.
That's all right. I, yeah, no, no bad live stories.
Well, that's a good thing for you guys then.
Yeah,
Do you have any
mostly.
wicked great show stories?
Uh, well, actually, one of the bands I was in, our first show, which was at what was that place called on Crescent beside Brutopia? Oh man, you'd think I remember. It was Steve Hawley's place. Anyway, we played uh, we played a wicked set that people loved. I mean, I think we had two Weezer covers in there, which is just an easy way to get people on your side.
Do you guys play a lot of covers?
We don't play any.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did when we were a four piece at first. We had a few covers in there, but just kind of a waste of time. If someone wants to hear Very Ape, they're gonna listen to the record.
Yeah, I mean, I find it's fun to throw one in there every once in a while. Maybe if it's like a special event or something like that, you know.
Oh yeah, we should, but we do a lot of talking and never get around to doing it. Actually, we
Yeah.
do cover the Buffy the Vampire theme song,
Oh,
the Vampire
awesome.
Slayer, yeah, Nerf Herders. Yeah, that's a wicked track.
Sick.
Yeah.
What are some of your like live show pet peeves? Like even not even
Um,
just as a performer, but like as an audience member.
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really like shitting on anyone because you do your own thing. Like, I get it if you're super into it, and I get it if you're kind of just there to be there. As far as, yeah, no, I don't know. Pretty passive guy. Nothing bothers me that much.
The one thing that drives me crazy is like when when there's a mosh going on, you know, and it's like everyone's being super friendly and
Okay,
like,
that's fair.
you know,
Yes.
they're just kind of jumping around, bumping into each other. Everyone's having a good time. And there's always, like, no matter what show, there's always that one guy who just fucking goes in there and starts smashing on everyone, and it
Yeah,
just kills the vibe.
I guess I've never really been part of that. Like all the shows I've gone to, I always try to stay in the back because I'm really not into that stuff.
Oh, me neither. I'm talking about like being on stage and like
Oh yeah, yeah,
actually playing, and you see like
right.
people at the front, they start bumping, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
feed off that energy, right? So you're like, oh,
yeah,
this is going great. And then that one guy comes in
yeah,
and everyone backs off. They're like, I don't want to
yeah,
get
yeah.
punched in the face. Like,
Yeah, when we played that Barfly show, actually, we had like a group of squeegee kids come in, but they were like super, well, I wouldn't say tamed. They were moshing a bit, but it really picked up the energy and everyone loved it.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, what's your writing process when it comes to writing your songs? Do you do most of the writing?
Uh yeah, I mean, I do, but it's really like I bring something and then we change it a lot. Like, and almost all the ideas are initially mine, but they're not what comes out. And I definitely write all the music first and then lyrics after.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, yeah. You same?
I'm more of like I start with a riff, you know, and then the words and melody just kind of find their way into it.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
then the
guess.
song builds it's kind of a back and forth, right? It's like riff, and then I'll find a little like melody to go over that, and then that kind of leads into another riff
Yeah, that's
where
super
I'll
fair.
come up with the melody. And
Yeah, that's closer to what I got going because a lot of the time, once I got my riff down and I'm playing it a lot, I'll like freestyle different melodies and then just like freestyle words. And a lot of the times I'll know like, oh, I want that line to end with party, for example.
okay,
So then I work around that.
see, that's interesting.
Party.
No, that's really interesting. That's
Yeah.
like completely different than the way I do things. I don't, like I said, I try and put a melody over things, but I don't necessarily put words to anything yet.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
it's just more
my
like
brain
spat.
works, yes, kind of. Like my brain works in syllables.
Oh yeah,
So
okay.
like I'll find the vocal structure. I'll know what the vocal structure is before the words come out,
Right.
and then I'll find or I'll kind of force myself to create these sentences that fit that syllable
Oh
structure.
yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely got like a but and then a word, and I just work around that word, and I know that word needs to be in there.
Okay, oh, that's cool. And when you are writing the lyrics, are you more of like a storyteller, or do you write based off of like personal experiences, emotions?
Yeah, well, that's the hardest thing, right? Because you want to write something that's decent, but then not so goddamn kitsch.
Yeah,
So I definitely shy away from any personal experiences. A lot of my lyrics are more human condition, like general stuff. It's made up, like it sounds like it's something I've experienced, but it's not. It's just like a story. Like Mark Cohn had never actually been to Memphis when he wrote Walking in Memphis,
right.
that kind of thing. And I think a lot of like my Isaac Brock, huge Modest Mouse guy, and the way he wrote on those first few albums, just like being so cynical and shitting on us as humans. I like that and I work with that a lot. Maybe a little too much. I'm trying to get away from it.
um, and also like lack of lyrics. Like for example, in your song Overture,
Yeah.
um, was it planned that way to not have a chorus? Because
Uh,
I find the instrumental that you have in place is a chorus on its own. It's so strong that like you don't even realize there's no words over that. It is the chorus, and that's how it should be. Like
right. Well, I appreciate that. That's kind of cool. The way Overture was like fully an instrumental song. And then we're like, well, we can't just have this like 6 minute instrumental song. So I kind of just shout out some horrible lyrics and vocal melodies. And we all agreed that that middle part just had to stay instrumental. And Overture for me was really like, because there's like three distinct parts that are pretty different.
that's it. It takes you on a journey.
Yeah.
That's for
So
sure.
it's like the three different sides of Pam Macy.
Okay.
You know, like a overture, like in a play to show you all the different themes that'll come in. So it's like it's an introduction to our sound in a way. I would love to redo it and put a lot better vocals on it.
Oh, leave it as it is. It's my favorite song.
No, what overture?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know, something about it gets me going. I love, like I said, the instrumental chorus and then the like I guess you said it, they're in parts. So like part three,
Yeah, yeah,
just that's amazing.
yeah. See, that's where the writing thing. That was all my bassist Malcolm had. It's just like, where do we go from here? And he didn't even try two things. That was just the first thing.
Yeah, it's sick. And if anyone out there listening wants to go check that out, we got the Bandcamp link scrolling down below. Today is Bandcamp Friday, so if you make any purchases on their Bandcamp page, buying a single, an album, an EP, not just from Pam Macy, but from all your favorite artists, 100% of the income goes to them.
Wow,
So
well
tonight's the
done.
night to do it, and you have until midnight. So go do it now. Well, not now. Wait till after the show. Yeah. What else we got here? So yeah, you released your three songs in 2019. You followed that up with your EP in 2020,
Yeah.
titled 460, which is also on Bandcamp, I believe.
Oh yeah. I'm so not good at that stuff. I don't even know if I've uploaded it. I just
Anyways, you've
hate
got,
that whole side of it. You know.
yeah, it's understandable. You've got a new single now. You, Me. What's the song about? What was the recording process?
Yeah, You Me is a made up story about a couple who argues all the time, but they love it. You know, actually, I think there's another song that's basically the same thing. But yeah, like, you know, just a general story about a couple relationship stuff that I have actually never experienced and just try to make it sound honest. And as far as recording goes, just recorded at our jam space. We had a few different versions of it and scrapped all of it and restarted. That's one of the first songs we ever wrote, and we're just never satisfied with how the recordings turned out.
Okay.
Yeah, and so restarted, very happy with how it turned out for the most part. You know, I don't think anyone's ever 100% satisfied, but we're progressing. It's easily our best effort.
Did you guys record all of your music yourselves?
Yeah, except the first three, the Harlot EP
Okay.
was recorded at my buddy's place. He has a studio now. It's in the Southwest, but it was in like Rose Rosemary or something before. We went there and tracked everything, and I think in like two sessions, one session's music, and then one day of me wasting time trying to sing. But then you know, just who's got money to put to that stuff, you know, especially when you're doing it for your own satisfaction.
That's so true.
We bought computers and interfaces and
Did you have any experience with that at all beforehand going into it?
yeah, yeah, I guess I did. I when I was like 20, I went to Vanier for audio recording.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, after 10 years of not doing it, it was a lot of YouTube videos to figure out how to run
Right, but
the
I mean, you had a general idea of what you're doing. Like
yeah,
I don't have an ear for that stuff at all. Like I'm a musician first and a sound engineer never.
Yeah,
So
no, I definitely love the sound engineer aspect of it. It was more like the techie stuff I didn't get. You know, I know how to EQ and how to compress. It's just how
okay,
to work on
awesome.
this computer.
That's something I just can't do. I've tried to like mix my own stuff here and there, just like fun little cover songs and whatnot,
Yeah, yeah.
and it always sounds like crap. I just do
Oh,
not have the ears for that.
yeah, and it's just going through it. I mean, you see it clearly if you compare 460 to you and me. Like, there's a huge progression. We're just getting better, and I'm having like, so I mix most of the stuff, and my bassist Malcolm masters it, and then the latest one, you and me, actually Malcolm mixed and mastered himself, and we've got another track that should be coming out in a few weeks that Malcolm mixed and mastered, and the one after that, which is the one I was mixing tonight when I
Awesome.
had to get out of here. That'll we share the load in a good way.
So you said you were working on some new music.
Yeah, yeah. There's a bunch of new music.
Yeah, is there possibly an album coming out?
You know, we talked about it. Should we stick to like the 3P thing? We kind of like the three song, like I don't know if you call it EP or a single, whatever it is, but we
Well,
call them
three would
three
be an
Ps.
EP.
Yeah, we call
Why
them
not?
3Ps. Yeah, and then we, not to be cynical or anything about it, but like no one cares, right? And I get that. So I think there's way more gratification out of just putting out singles
Oh
every
yeah, it makes
every
so
few
much more
months.
sense nowadays. We
Yeah,
live in
yeah,
this Spotify era where people just eat and spit out music one song at a time, and
yeah. And it's hard enough to get someone to listen to your song. You think someone's going to listen to your album?
I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah. So no, we've got like probably 10 songs in the bank that we're just working on, and we'll release like every few months now.
It's hard to find that middle ground though, because I know a lot of like labels and not just labels, but even these like promotion sites, like the ones who do reviews and stuff like that. Like they want albums, and it's like I can't afford an album.
Yeah, I don't know if they do, like they want albums so they can sound cool, but like they're the only ones who want the albums. The
Yeah.
general listener, unfortunately, really does not. And I mean, that's coming from a guy. I mainly listen to albums. It's rare that I'll listen to one song or
No,
even
it's
two.
definitely true. I feel the same way. Like up until about a year ago when I got my new car, like I didn't listen to Spotify or MP3s. It was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
CDs. I had my CD collection in the car, you know?
Same. I've got the ridiculous binder full of CDs.
Yeah.
But I
Even
will
now,
say,
actually, when I have like my Amazon playlist that I put on, I don't have playlists. Like I just search an artist and
yeah,
I'll listen to
yeah,
their soundtrack, you know? Like
yeah. Like I definitely use Spotify a lot, but what I do is I'll just put on the album I want to listen to.
mhm. That's it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite album of all time?
Favorite album of all time. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do that. And you know what?
Well, how about this?
Just
Maybe
to be
not
fair,
favorite, but let's go Desert Island album. If you had to listen to one album for the rest of your life, which album would that be?
okay. Probably we have the facts and we're voting yes. Death Cab for Cutie.
See, I never got into them.
Yeah, I know, I get it, and I'm always hesitant because when you don't get it, it seems so wild. Like, really, you're gonna choose Death Cab?
I don't
But
think it's not even that I don't get it. I just never really gave them a chance. They were never something that just kind of like came into my life.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, for me, that's like the biggest stuff, even though it's not reflected in our music at all. It's really more of a me thing. Like early Death Cab and early Modest Mouse, Built to Spill, all that. Like, there was a really good '90s indie wave.
I'm gonna check them out after because like I think me and you were on like almost the same page with our musical tastes.
Right.
So if you're saying they're good, maybe I'll go give it a shot.
Yeah, yeah. Stick to like the first 3, 4 albums.
Yeah, I think what
I
it
mean,
was for me is they came out, or maybe not came out, but they were like popular around the same time as like a lot of the emo music was popular.
yeah.
And I think just the fact that their name is Death Cab for Cutie, I kind of like assumed they were part of that genre and never listened to them.
Right. But when you say emo, what do you like? What are you grouping them into? Like that emo stuff?
Oh, emo, like when I say emo, I think back to like actually more like screamo. bands like
Okay.
Silverstein,
Oh
The
yeah, no.
Used, and stuff like that.
I mean, to be fair, I do still have a spot in my heart, like for especially the that first Use album.
I never under see that's music I didn't get. I just
Yeah,
didn't get that because at that time in my life, I was really into a lot of like thrash metal and like that's when metalcore was becoming like a
yeah,
big
yeah,
thing. So I was into some like pretty hardcore stuff and then I would see my roommate listening to this where
yeah,
they're kind of like whiny and screaming and I'm
yeah,
just like
yeah,
that's not screaming. This is fucking screaming. Listen to All That Remains,
yeah.
like
No, that's fair. I was definitely on your roommate's side because when that metal stuff was really blowing up, I just didn't understand what everyone was doing. It's like, come on, man. You could be listening to Death Cab right now.
well, were you ever into any metal music at all or
Nah, I mean, I think I maybe tried for a few months in like grade 9 when like Cradle of Filth and that kind of stuff was
okay, well that's
really
like death
popular.
metal.
Yeah. I mean, metal, what do you like? I love Sabbath,
Yeah, see, there we
volume
go.
4, like volume 4, you know? But,
Sabbath's amazing. I wouldn't
well, yeah.
consider them metal though. They're
Well,
like
that's
they're
it.
just the original blues doom sludge. Like
Yeah. As far as like more specific metal goes, no, I'm not into it at all. Like that Metallica and anything like that.
that
No.
was what got me into it was like
Yeah, yeah.
early Metallica, Pantera, just that whole like thrash scene in general. I was never a big Slayer fan, but
Yeah, no, no, definitely more punk. I found it just a little too theatrical.
what kind of punk bands were you into?
Uh, just starting with Ramones and the Clash, that was like made me get punk. I was like, all right. Then you go a
Nice.
little deeper, and even like Misfits, Danzig Misfits.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I was always a big fan of like the like Cali punk scene. Like I'm a huge Pennywise fan.
Oh man, no way.
Yeah, loved all those like skate punk bands,
Yeah,
Less Than Jake, Gob.
yeah, yeah. See, for me, that wasn't it.
No?
No, that missed the mark. Most like Cali stuff, I'm not into. I was telling someone the other day, I find it funny. The older I get, the more I realize that like the Chili Peppers suck
Oh
so
yeah, I
bad.
hate the Chili
But
Peppers.
like younger, it's like okay, it's whatever, but it's still like decent. But it's not. It's horrible. And like when I was that age, I thought REM sucked, and now it's like, oh man, REM are so legit. That is good music to listen to.
They're good.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one. Love REM. Another band that a lot of people confuse with REM. Actually, two bands that people always confuse with REM is Tragically Hip and 5140.
5440. Yeah.
50, yeah, sorry, 5440.
Yeah.
And I can't stand either of those bands, but I
Oh man.
love REM.
That the opposite. I love the hip and I love 5440.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm only just starting to come around to REM. But yeah, 5440, man, what a good gem, underrated band.
I find they just all have the same voice.
Yeah, I definitely see it with the hip and REM, but 5440 for me, I don't even I could never imagine confusing them with the hip.
Do you guys have any merch available?
Negative.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, no. I think my mom made a Pam Macy T-shirt a couple years ago that I still
Oh,
got in
that's
the
amazing.
closet.
Was it
Yeah,
like
no,
bejeweled?
no, it was pretty decent actually. The drawing I did on my drummer's like on his bass drum, I wrote Pam Macy with like a ruler and stuff and made it look pretty cool. And she had that.
Oh, I saw that. That actually did look really cool.
Yeah, yeah, it was fun. A lot of a ruler and a sharpie was a good way
Yeah,
to spend an evening.
I was looking at that. Like, I guess it was on your Facebook or something like that, possibly, or
Yeah,
maybe your
probably our
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh man, why haven't we done that yet?
yeah, yeah. It was a fun project.
Do you plan on putting out any merch in the near future? Because I would love to get a Pam Macy T-shirt. I don't know about you. I'm a huge fan of rocking other bands' merch.
Yeah, definitely. I love the idea. I think it's just hard. Like I said, that whole side of it, I just I feel so dirty. You know,
There's a lot of really good stuff online right now. You don't even need to have cash up front to get this stuff anymore.
right? Yeah, I suppose
Like,
that's true. You pay as it comes in, type of thing.
that's it. You just sign up with one of these websites. You don't put any money in. People go online, they order your shirts and whatnot. The website keeps like 95% of the money, and
Right.
you get yourself $3 or $4 for each
Uh,
t-shirt that's sold. But hey,
yes.
people get your merch and you make a few bucks.
Yeah, we would fully be into that. Just have no idea of that whole world.
I'll send you some links later.
Yeah, definitely.
Because another thing I would really like to get is um, your both of your EPs on vinyl. And there's a
Yeah.
wicked service that I came across recently. Um, this dude that I know created a site called plrecords.com. So that's
Okay.
pl-records.com, and it's on demand vinyl. So you
Wow.
don't have to put any money up front. You just send them your
Huh.
files with the images. Anyone can go to their website and order your thing on vinyl.
Yeah, yeah.
You make a cut.
Right. Yeah, that's super interesting. I mean, I definitely love the idea. I'm a huge record collector. That's just a hobby that you can't kick. But yeah, I think we all kind of agree that we're waiting until we got something that we're like super satisfied with, and I think we're getting close to that. But for the three of us, there's definitely like when we listen to Harlot or 460, it's kind of like, oh man, like we know the song is so good, but it doesn't translate. I mean, I still like it. Especially a couple of the tracks on 460. I think they're killer, but they just don't quite translate to being like worth pressing.
I I would have to argue that.
Well, I appreciate it.
No, I really like your band, man. You guys have a really wicked style, and I can't wait to hear more from you guys.
Yeah, yeah, there'll be more coming in a big way, and
You
definitely
said
would be
there's
into
something
doing
coming
a
out
show.
in. Sorry?
Would definitely be into doing a double bill with you guys. I think we'd fit pretty decently.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely something I was gonna follow up with you on.
yeah,
The second shows come back, man. I've got a list of so many bands that I've met that I want to play with.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you guys are at the top of that list for
Nice.
sure.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I think I can't even remember how we met. Um, I think it was when I was promoting stuff on Instagram,
Maybe I think
and you had
were
sent
you
me a link.
apparatus?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was just reaching out to bands that I thought the sound fit, and since we, no one knows us or anything, just trying to reach out to bands and saying, hey, if you need an opener, we can come play like 25 minutes.
Yeah, I remember it being completely random,
Yeah,
and I was just like, "Oh my God, like these guys make sick music." Like,
yeah. Instagram's great for that.
yeah,
There's
for
one
sure.
band from New York that randomly reached out to us. Keep Score, they're called, and man, it's so wicked.
Keep
It's
score.
yeah, Keep Score. Yeah, there's some New York band that cool ass sound.
Nice. I'll
Yeah,
check them out too. They're
yeah,
on Spotify, I assume.
yeah.
Why don't you tell everyone watching where they can find your music aside from Bandcamp? What streaming services are you on?
I should be on all, I suppose. Definitely Spotify, definitely Amazon. Yeah, any streaming service, even the ones people don't use, like Tidal and Deezer. I'm sure we're on there. I'm in the
You know
works
what?
of
A lot of people use Tidal and Deezer.
really, eh?
It's a big thing for internet folk, actually.
Right.
Like, I'm on a few like forums, like Reddit, Imager, and stuff like that, and a lot of these guys swear by that stuff purely for the fact that they pay artists just a fraction more than Spotify does.
Right, right.
But
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't really get it. I mean, for me, it does what it does. But I guess I got to respect the paying the people. I'm not expecting to get paid, so it's hard to look at that side of it.
it, yeah, we do what we do because we love to do it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, for sure. I
the
like I was
money.
telling my
You know,
band.
the dream for everyone is just to be able to get by, right?
Yeah, yeah,
If,
definitely. I mean, I'm happy with my job, and I'm happy with leaving my job at the end of the day and going to work on my music. I don't want to promote like make cheesy Facebook posts and stuff anymore. It just doesn't do it for me.
I try and stay on top of that stuff, but it is a ton of work. And I think a lot of people don't realize that too, how much work
Yeah,
actually
for
goes
sure.
into being in a band aside from just the music.
Oh yeah, the brand side of it is so tiresome, and there's like no gratification. Like you work so hard, like even you working so hard to put all this together, you know?
You know what? I'm very surprised that this is still going because I'm typically a shy person,
Right.
you know, and like I don't know. I just love making music and meeting other bands and stuff like that. And it's like, fuck, what am I gonna do? I can't play shows right now.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like,
think it's awesome what you're doing. It's super cool.
I figured, why not?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
it gives me something to do on a Friday night because I can't go out to the bar, so I get to
Right.
sit here and have a beer with
Yep.
somebody from another band who I would be talking to as if we were at a show. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely not a shy guy. I'm probably more shy now because this is super awkward looking at a computer and holding a microphone. Like if we were just having this conversation, even if it was the same format, but we were in the room together, then I would definitely be a lot more at ease.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
now there's the opposite for me too. Like, I would be sorry, I think I would be like, yeah, way more comfortable if we were just in front of each other, just
Yeah.
chilling and talking.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But here, like this, like I stumble on my words all the time, but
Oh yeah.
whatever, man. I'm having
Oh
fun.
yeah, for sure. It's dope. Uh, I want to ask you something because I've
Sure.
watched a few things and I think we're got a lot of things in common, but I think I know where we differ. Beatles or the Rolling Stones?
Definitely Beatles.
Oh, okay, good, good man.
Yeah, I do not like the Rolling Stones.
Oh, yes,
Like I
thank you,
just don't get
thank you.
that's a band that I don't get.
No, not at all,
I'm like,
not at
there's
all.
really not much talent there. The songs
No,
aren't that great. I mean, they have their hits, obviously, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. There's probably like 3 or 4 pretty decent songs, but overall as a band, I don't understand it.
Yeah, one of the earliest things I ever heard from them was their album. I think it was called like Steel Wheels or something like that.
Steelers Wheel. No, what was
No,
that?
that's a band. That's a
Yeah,
band.
Steelers Wheels,
But
the
Rolling
second
Stones
wheel.
have an album called
Steel Wheel.
Steel Wheels,
Yeah,
and
see, I
it's
wouldn't even know.
fucking garbage. There's not a single hit on it, and it's just trash from
Yeah,
front to
yeah.
back.
Yeah, yeah, no, they definitely pooped out a lot of stuff that I never wanna hear.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not even a huge Beatles fan either, though.
Really? I
But
mean,
I
like,
do
I'll respect
appreciate them
that.
for what they are. Like,
Yeah, I'll respect that, being a massive Beatles fan.
I mean, I like a lot of their music, but I dislike more of their music, if that makes sense.
Okay, that's kind of fair.
But
But
I
it's
mean, it
kinda
makes
like true
sense.
Beatles, like that early Beatles stuff, I don't even listen to. But
Yeah,
once they found what
but
they were
that's it.
trying to
When you're a
do,
band like the Beatles and you have like 500 songs,
yeah,
of course everyone's gonna have their like opinion on it, you know?
yeah. But, like, I don't need to hear "Love Me Do" ever again,
No, exactly. Like
but I can listen to Sergeant Pepper's
yeah,
over and over.
like they definitely had their eras. Like there's a
Yeah.
difference between like I want to hold your hand and fucking Helter Skelter.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're apples and oranges.
Yeah, big time.
Do you have any guilty pleasure bands or a guilty pleasure song?
I mean, I've always had a hard time with that term because I'm not guilty about anything, like even, for example, stuff on the radio. Taylor Swift new single, man, it's killer.
I haven't heard it.
Oh man,
I
she's
don't
got
think I
Aaron.
can name a single Taylor Swift song.
Oh, jeez, come on. But she got Aaron Dessner from the National was a big
Okay.
part of her new album, and it shows. But the guilty pleasure, no. I mean, I guess if we're circle back to the emo stuff, like I love Dashboard, stuff like that, like stuff I would never put on when I'm hanging out with my friends, but I listen to a ton of when I'm alone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
Dashboard Professionals, I guess, would be my guiltiest.
that's not bad. It's music.
It's wicked.
I'm glad you didn't say like Nickelback or something, you know.
Oh, come on. No, and people fucking shit on Nickelback so much, I don't get it. Like, I would never want to listen to Nickelback, but they're a band doing
it's
their thing, man. Like,
it's
come
the
on.
whole joke. I don't think anyone actually hates Nickelback. I think it's just fun to not like Nickelback because
Yeah,
everyone else doesn't like Nickelback
right.
for
Like
the
Guy
same
Fieri.
reason. Like,
Like Guy Fieri.
yeah, exactly. Like
He's just an excellent guy.
it's become a meme, right? To
Yeah,
not like Guy Fieri or to not
yeah.
like Nickelback, it's just become a meme, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it all originated back in the day because they used to open for some pretty heavy bands. Like they used to
Yeah,
tour
yeah.
with Alice in Chains, they used to tour with Pantera. So I think it all started way back then, where they would go on stage and play their grunge, post-grunge music, that just wasn't quite like how do you go and open for Pantera, right? Playing
Yeah, yeah.
grunge and then like obviously their scene is way different. So I think that's where the hate probably started.
Right. But to be fair, they're doing their thing, like, especially when they started, that's what they wanted to be doing. Like they're
Their
not doing
first
it to
album
the
was great.
assholes.
Their first album was fantastic.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I don't think I've ever listened to a Nickelback album,
I
but
can't remember what it's called, but definitely go check out their first album. It was before they were famous. It was before
right.
anything was ever on the radio. And it's grunge, man.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. You can see that that's what they're going for.
And they're definitely like very talented musicians. I don't know if
Oh
you
yeah.
heard the new cover song that they put out.
No.
They just did a cover of Devil Went Down to Georgia,
Oof.
and holy shit, man, their guitarist can shred.
Oh yeah, good on him.
Yeah, like I was extremely shocked. I was like,
Oh, I guess
damn.
guilty pleasure stuff that people kind of like to hate. Like I love Limp Bizkit.
Oh yeah, well
You
that
know,
too. That's just I think
people
that's
love to
just a
hate it, but
product
it's
of
so
our
good.
age.
Yeah, but it actually is good.
Yeah. No, I mean you can't be in your mid 30s and
No,
not like bands like Limp Bizkit or
corn.
Mudvayne or Disturbed, Corn. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's just we're a product of our era, and
yeah,
that
yeah,
was a
for sure.
huge thing.
That new metal stuff, man.
System of a Down,
Yeah,
like
yeah. It's comical, but it holds up.
oh yeah, for sure.
Like I find it aged well. Listen to Chocolate Starfish the other day, and it's like, man, this is not bad at all.
If you're into new metal, I highly recommend checking out the band 12 Foot Ninja.
12-foot ninja.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
Okay.
from, I'm not sure if they're from Australia or New Zealand. One of the two. They've got that accent. I
Right.
can't differentiate them. But they are the perfect mix of new metal and every other genre that you can think of, like boy band, jazz,
Okay.
reggae, like
Interesting.
Indian music. Like they just throw
All
these
over the place.
oddball styles in with new metal, and they're fucking amazing. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
it's
cool.
really good music. You
Yeah, yeah. I'll
definitely
check
need to
that out.
check that out. 12 Foot Ninja, yeah.
12-foot ninja. Like the way Between the Buried and Me really go all over the place on their albums. Like they're a metal band, but they're not a metal band.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, that's it for sure. Like they're just you have to describe them as new metal though, because like
Right.
that's the one constant between
Yeah, yeah.
everything.
Is it from the early 2000s or is this
No, they're
recent?
more recent. They're
Okay.
probably like 2017, so
Okay,
like within
wow.
the last 5 years.
Huh. Well, what's the like most recent album that you really loved?
Oh man, that would probably have to be the newest album from Le Revenant.
Okay, see, I don't even. Oh, The Revenant. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Fair enough. All right.
They're an amazing band. If you like
Yeah,
the Deftones, you
yeah.
will love them.
See that like you kind of jumped me into a new metal thing when it's really just kind of like a Limp Bizkit Corn thing for me.
Okay,
But
okay.
but that's fair for sure.
And they're local as well. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
not
But
local. Some of them are from Ontario.
okay,
Pat's
I
from
think of them
Montreal.
as a Montreal band. I guess I shouldn't.
No, well, Pat's located in Montreal, and
Right.
yeah, definitely check them out. They're working on some new stuff too, so I'm
Yeah, I've
excited
listened
for
to a
that.
few songs for sure. I think they're on the Montreal Alternative playlist.
Oh, cool. Where's that?
The playlist. I think you put it together even.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
I'm,
right, right, right. I
I'm
forgot
sure
about that.
I'm sure I heard them on that.
I completely forgot about that
Yeah,
playlist. I
yeah.
don't have Spotify anymore. That's why.
Oh yeah. Well, fair enough. I'm sure it's still getting some listens.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
I'm on
yeah,
there.
yeah.
If you could fight any celebrity, who would it be?
Oh man, What fu- why do I gotta fight someone, man?
It's all for fun.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Who would it be?
It could be a friendly boxing match.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm inclined to say Tom Hanks, but I don't know why.
Oh, that's a great answer.
No. Yeah, just so you think he needs it. He needs a good one.
He's like so plain.
Yeah. Yeah, he could use one to the kisser, that's for sure.
Are you a Tom Hanks like movie fan?
Uh no, not necessarily. I like him supporting. Like I'm a big Leo fan, so like Catch Me
That's it.
If You
I was gonna
Can.
say like Catch Me If You Can is probably his best movie that he's been in.
Yeah, and it's a lot.
Actually,
It's
that's not true. Fuck. What's the one where he's on an island? Like that
Castaway.
Castaway, the classic Tom Hanks film. Like,
Yeah, see, I could not watch Castaway ever again.
really?
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Uh, but I'll watch Catch Me If You Can every few months.
He did another really good movie that again the name's not going to come to me, but it was set in like the 1950s where he was like uh, it was like mafia style stuff.
Oh yeah, that's not ringing any bells.
Yeah, he played a pretty badass character, like Tommy Gunn shooting people up and stuff.
Oof. Yeah, see, he's just not convincing for me, especially as a badass.
That's where it surprised me because he actually was very
Right, he pulled it
convincing. He
off.
was like playing an Irishman or something like that, and he really pulled it off. He's a good character actor, that guy.
Yeah, yeah, I'll give him. He's a great actor for sure. Just looks like he needs a punch in the face. But I don't
I
even
think
know why.
that's probably like the best answer I've gotten so far. I asked that one to every person that comes on the show.
Who would I fight, man? Yeah, I would probably have to think about that a little more to give you a better answer, but my instinct says Tom Hanks.
Me, hands down, any day would be Kanye West.
Oh yeah, I don't think you could take him, man.
I probably couldn't, but it would feel so nice just to get at least one in there.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah,
Just say,
definitely.
stop it.
Oh
Just
yeah.
stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I agree with that. He definitely not a good guy.
All right, man. If you could, sorry, would you rather have to defend yourself against 50 cat-sized bears or one bear-sized cat?
Oof. Cat-sized bears. I think I could do the cat-sized bears. I could probably take them. I could probably take the bear-sized cat as well, but it's going to take more effort on my part.
Well, I mean, essentially, a bear-sized cat is like a lion, right?
Yeah, and maybe even a little bigger. So I don't think you've got any time at all. It's just
Yeah,
over. I think that's just over. Like,
unless you had like a box handy, you know, just put the box down
yeah,
and
he's not domesticated though.
they're cats.
You put a box next to a lion and tell me how he reacts.
I don't know. Let's test this theory.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, yeah,
But the
probably not.
cat-sized bears, yeah, I'd stand a chance. I'd last longer than 5 seconds, I think.
Just start kicking them all over the
Oh yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah. Breaking bones.
Oh man, Josh, I've had a lot of fun talking to you tonight, man.
Likewise.
Is there any last words you'd like to get out to any fans that are listening?
I guess check out our band if you want to. Like if you're interested enough, and if you're not, don't feel bad because that's just normal. Uh, I like what we do. You might like it. If it can touch one person, it's worth it.
I would say even if you don't want to listen to it, just go listen to it anyways because you're gonna like it.
Yeah, give it the old 20 seconds.
Exactly. And you can do that by following those links scrolling below. Check them out on Facebook, give them some likes, check them out on Bandcamp, especially tonight. Go buy some of their stuff.
Yeah, and we'll have new stuff coming out like every few weeks now.
There you go. Again, thank you so much, Josh, for coming on the show. I'm going to play you off with your new single, if that's all right.
Oh, I'd love it.
So this is You Me from Pam Macy. Have a good night, everybody.
Cheers.
place to